let's look at the receipts.
Yeah.
What's the account called?
Yeah.
It's called
that's
Funny Hood Vids.
Funny Hood. Yeah, Funny Hood Vids.
Yeah,
You're gonna
Funny
trust
Hood Vids.
Funny Hood Vids with your news,
which is a great page.
do whatever.
That's
but
the
it's
thing.
Like, yeah,
You spend your time and your money, which are both finite resources, how you want, and you're spending it on shit you don't like at the end of it. But
Yeah.
you know that going into
you
it.
knew it already.
So it's like, you're the kid.
Yeah.
You know, you have
It's your
no one to
fault.
blame but yourself here for
Yeah.
not, you knew what you're getting yourself into.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're a boozer when you tell people like what you drank and they're like, and you're like, yeah, it's like a regular bar experience.
And they're shook.
Yeah, they're shooketh when I tell them. I went out to the wherever and like I had like 6 old fashioned. They're like 6.
Hello and welcome to episode 64 of the 30s podcast. My name is Clint.
Uncle Marcus.
Hello, Uncle Marcus.
What's going on, Clinton?
We have producer Caesar.
Hi, everybody.
Yay.
Oh my god.
Like most episodes, the gang is all here.
We here.
Yes.
We in the
yes.
house.
We're here, yeah.
Man, fired up.
Fired up. Yeah, we're just we're listening to some fire music and yeah, pumped up, ready to go. Talking about doing a music episode. That'll be a lot of fun.
That would be
It'd be very interesting to have you do, say we both did a music episode. What would you choose?
mine would probably be 90s boy bands,
Oh,
Disney
okay.
music, Christian music,
Oh,
and then when it all changed, workout music,
what is workout
music from movies. Well, that's how I knew like more mainstream rock and metal
Uh-huh.
from music in the gym in high
Oh,
school.
like what they played in the gym.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And
because that was different.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Like, I mean, I would have known music from movies.
Okay.
I think still, I think of certain songs and I go, oh, that's from The Sandlot or that's from Mighty Ducks 2, D2 the Mighty Ducks.
What song are you talking
Like,
about?
well, we
from
are the
Mighty Ducks?
champions from Mighty Ducks. We are the champions. Like, you know,
Okay.
'cause-
I feel like
Yeah,
that's,
but you would-
that's most sports movies have a lot of
Most
sports
sports,
movies
yeah.
have used that at one point.
yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying about me?
Because you would be like, that's Queen.
Well, I would only say
I'd be
that if
like-
you didn't know who the artist was,
Oh,
because
yeah,
there's plenty
yeah,
of times where people are like, "Oh, I know this song. Like, who sings it?" Like, "Oh, I don't know." Yeah, and there's some
Get all
nervous.
nervous.
Part about there's some arrogant part about me. It's like, you don't know who sings this. What's wrong with you? And it's like, oh, not everybody listens to music. Because there was, oh my god, I was listening to a podcast. Maybe it was Bert's, and he had what's his name? I think Jared Freed, some like New York comic, and he was like, "Oh, what kind of?" Bert's asking him, he's like, "Oh, what kind of music do you listen to?" He was like, "I really don't. I don't know." And he was like, "What?" he was like, "So what happens when you get in the car?" He's like, "I just put on the radio."
How does that work?
And I'm like, and then he was like dumbfounded. And as am I. So yeah, I just put it on one of the stations and just let it go.
Yeah.
And like, but you don't know what you're like. You don't choose or know in a 2023 world. I can understand if this was like the 90s. You don't choose like, oh, I want to listen to goth or grunge or whatever, or go to your bands. You're just like, no, I don't really know anything about music. So I just put on.
Insane.
That's crazy. He just puts on the radio station and listens to whatever is on. And if he doesn't like it, he just changes it to another station. It was like, that's such a simple. Part of me is like, oh, I wish that I kind of had that a little bit, because then you don't have to worry about what you're going to be listening to. But also like, no. There's such good music out there, and it's such a thing that I want to listen to what I want to listen to.
Yeah, because I see it, because my brain works cinematically. So when I think of like, okay, I want to get in the car, and I want this certain song to play, because in my head it would look cool as in a movie, you know, because I do like music in movies.
Yeah.
I think that if they do it really well, it's like, oh, like he's moving. Like even when I work out and I'm doing like the ropes at the gym,
Yeah.
if I'm doing it and like the drums start going as
Yeah.
I'm do, I'm like, I'm fired up.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I don't think I could just do it on a whim. Do you remember those days? Radio?
Well, the thing with me is that because the radio, for the most part, plays what's charting
Yeah.
at the time, and like I was never really into a lot of modern music. when I was growing up. So, no, I knew like a few radio stations that just because like they were known, like obviously 102.7 is like top 40.
Yeah.
And then like 105.9, I think that's what it was. That was like, I don't remember what that was, like K-Rock. I don't know.
K-Rock, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
K-Rock,
Like
KOS.
if I had to choose one, if I listened to the radio, it would definitely be 105.9 over 102.7 always. But yeah, no, I just had my, this is back in I saw this thing on Instagram, like a LimeWire Napster thing. And it was like basically saying you're old if you know what this stuff is, which I know what that stuff was, but that's how I had listened to music. It was either that or, because like I had, like we talked about, I was really into like goth music and like post-punk and punk and alt rock and all that. So you'd have to find it there, or you'd have to, and because I didn't have any money to buy CDs, you'd have to just kind of like my dad had some old stuff from the 80s. He had like Tears for Fears or like, he had old 80s stuff, and I listened to that.
Yeah, my dad would too. He'd have like the Cars.
Yeah, the Cars.
Depeche Mode. Tears for Fears.
So you'd have to just find that stuff on Napster or LimeWire, because I just like the radio didn't do it for me. I don't know what it was. I just wasn't really in with like, maybe as like early 90s, mid 90s, I was still kind of like into it. Like I remember listening to Nirvana a lot when I was a kid. That was like 91. That's when they like popped. It was like
that
then
was super big.
So that was always kind of a thing. But then once we got into like Britney Spears became a thing, and I was like, this fucking sucks.
As a kid.
Yeah, this
and I was like,
sucks,
that's my
dude.
crush.
But the music, like talk about the music. Like you listen to like Hit Me Baby One More Time. I was like, this is fucking shit. And then like boy bands were a huge too. I'm like, this is also crap too. So I just got really disillusioned. And there was such like a thing at that time, and like you would hear it all the time. It was like, this trash, dude. So it just kind of pushed me in the other direction with music.
Oh.
Yeah, I never got it. I never really, like, I'll hear the songs now, and they're like catchy as a nostalgic way.
Yeah.
And I know them just from being alive in that era, and they were so huge, but no. The radio stuff, I never really had an issue with that. I just went to other avenues to find my music.
Damn. You know what I just when you brought up 102.7?
Yes.
That's Kiss FM?
Yes.
Caesar, did you ever, so Ryan Seacrest has been hosting for like what, 12 years, 10 or whatever?
Well,
more than
he's been around
for a
since
long
like
ass time.
2000.
So 20 years?
20 years,
23.
On Kiss FM.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about on Kiss FM. I know he's been a thing for a long time.
Let's see. I'll look it up.
Okay. He was on Kiss FM?
Yeah.
He's
been like the Kiss FM guy.
I thought he was the American Idol guy.
That too.
Yeah.
And then he turned into like a talk show host.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know he did
He's
Kiss
doing
FM.
both. And because I just remembered the Ryan's Roses show. Do you remember Ryan's Roses, Caesar?
Yes.
Do you know how to describe it to Marcus?
Is this a dating show?
No,
kind of.
Damn it.
Not really, but
so it's like so spouses would think that their other people would be cheating on them. So then Ryan would call them and ask them, "Hey, you just won free batch of flowers. Who do you want to send this to?"
This
And
sounds
then it
kind
was
of
like a
familiar.
test to see if they would send it to their, their wife or husband, or send it to their like side chick.
This sounds familiar now. Damn, that sucks, dude. To do that online. That sounds evil.
yeah, because
2004.
2004.
19 years he's been.
Oh wow. Because
Ryan's
you would.
Roses.
Oh, and the times when like they'd send the roses to the mistress chick. Woo! Was the real chick so pissed, and like they were always just waiting to say something.
Yeah.
But Ryan's like, no, you gotta wait. You have to wait.
Oh,
till
they were on the line too.
They're on the line. Yeah. They're still on the line.
That
so
sounds evil, man. I don't know if I like that.
Burst your
It
bubble here,
was.
but that shit was fake.
it was totally fake. I was gonna get to
okay.
that. Like it had to be, right?
Yeah, there was,
It
was
had
a
to be
scripted
fake.
it was all scripted.
It was all scripted.
Yeah, it was like
all of it.
Because Kevin and Bean on K-Rock, they would always make fun of it because it's like a thing where it's like a service that people provide. Like, hey, we can be these actors for you, and they do it all over the country to different syndicated.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of smart.
Because Kiss FM is it syndicated?
Well, his show is, so that
His
means
was.
you can hear it on other radio stations all
Yeah,
over the
because
country.
I always wondered how the heck does he go from Burbank, where they record, to then like New York? How does he do it? So stupid. But yeah, because I remember the one where I think it was like the last one maybe they ever did was they supposedly outed this guy and he didn't want to be outed on radio. I think that's the one where they're like, "Oh, maybe we're messing people's life." If it was real, like
that show just sounds evil.
Yeah,
very special episode.
Yeah, I don't think that's something you could do today. Well, maybe you could.
Maybe.
I don't know. No, anything goes today. Really,
send it to the other person.
They still do it on Spanish radio. Like,
that makes sense because they're super dramatic. Like those novellas or whatever it's called. You're just like, oh my god.
He's just waiting to.
You like that guy one of those girls just like slaps someone and they go flying into the wall like Dragon Ball. And you're like, what the hell?
Oh man!
Or it's there's Modern. Do you ever watch Modern Family?
Yeah,
they did a mock version of that with Gloria. Like she's like translating something for Cam and the two gay guys. Mm-hmm. They're getting a baby, but it's in Mexico, and everyone's speaking Spanish. You saw that one, yeah. It's hilarious, but she's translating it for them, but they're playing it like a telenovela, and it's just like, like the grandma comes out and it's like, "Por qué?" and Gloria's like, "What's the abuelita, whatever it is in Spanish, abuela, the abuela," and everyone's like, it's pretty funny, but it's funny like other cultures like that kind of stuff, the drama is so played up.
Yeah,
like, India does that stuff too with some of their films and TV, or it's just so dramatic that. It's,
but I like that because then you know that it's fake. This is fake.
Yeah,
by being so played up. The problem I have with like videos online is that they don't play it up, or they sound the exact same. I don't know if they use like some voice
of the ones
filter. But they say they sound exactly the same.
Right.
To where like, you're not even gonna like raise your voice a little, just let us know this is BS.
Or like at the end, just be like, ha, like smile at the camera.
JK, or like
just
funny network.
Some of those nowadays where a breakup or something, and you go in the comments like, guys, this is clearly like the comments in there, but you guys, they have a channel for this. This is fake. They're just kind of doing this. And like some of the comments like, this is just unacceptable, or how could you do this to her? And then it's like, it's an act. It's not real. So.
Man. People will fall for it.
That's just frustrating. Like those videos where there's like guys interviewing like couples in the street.
Yeah.
Like, how much money would you take to cheat on her? And then they like say it, and then they get all mad. And
it's like, it's not real.
Get over
That's what I said about last week about millennials and maybe I didn't say it. Millennials and Gen Z. It's like they're the ones that are like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Or like, you guys click on the profile and it shows that it's not real.
Yeah, figure it out. That's because we're. That's where I was like, oh, we actually have an edge up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know.
Because they don't do that extra step. Mm-hmm. We're like, well, let's look at the receipts.
Yeah.
What's the account called?
Yeah.
It's called...
That's Funny Hood Vids.
Funny Hood, Funny Hood Vids. You're gonna trust Funny Hood Vids with your news,
which is a great page.
That's is that out there?
It's a great page. Yeah,
Funny
Hood Vids. Yes, Clint, that's a real.
Oh, okay. We can't get
with it.
Fuck, what was I gonna say, dude?
You're gonna see us on at Funny Hood Vids.
Hey, like these three idiots in a room. Fuck, what was I gonna say? It was gonna be funny, and I forgot. Oh, whatever.
Nothing about Funny Hood Vids.
No, that's what derailed me.
It.
my pigeon brain can't stay active that long.
Oh man.
Anyway, why were we talking about this?
Instagram people, like because we were talking about telenovelas.
Yeah.
Telenovelas where they just over the top.
Play over the drama.
Like I think people in real life, like I feel like I go over the top just so that people know when I'm joking.
I do a lot of throwing my arms up and stuff when I'm talking to people. With my pumpkin.
My pumpkin. And my pumpkin.
I was watching that episode. Some of the faces you make are so like,
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Working on it.
That's the goal.
Like
use every part of you. But comedy.
Every
it must be.
part. We'll be using some other parts in a little bit.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Other parts a little bit. Don't get misconstrued.
Yeah. There's real manic energy in here, right? And I blame myself for that. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, part of it could be, I don't know when you want to get into One Piece.
I don't really want to get into
you
One
Piece.
I don't.
But I would say that might be the
segue?
The feeling of today, or just the feeling. It's just
One
a
Piece
vibe.
manic.
anime.
The only thing I'll say about the One Piece show, One Piece, if you don't know what it is, I don't want to explain it, but it's a really popular franchise. They created a live action version of it that was dropped today.
Yeah.
And I watched one episode of it, and it's one of those things. It's like weird spectrum of like, do I hate this or do I like this? Mm-hmm. And like, I don't really know where I fall on it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that means it's a success or not.
Well, because we talked about how the show, the characters, it's animated in animation. We're able to go full zany,
and
full
wacky,
goofy,
Looney Tunes,
and just
and be like, and
just like
not even think about it. Like my eyes get all huge, my jaw goes like all the way down. Yeah, and it's like you see it in a cartoon, and it's totally normal.
And in the show, they literally have powers where they go.
Yeah, like their arms are like stretching across the room, and people are dressed like clowns in this horrific makeup, and like there's like fish people in it too, and it's like, okay, so costuming, makeup, they did a good job. Like they did a good job on this, but it still looks ridiculous because it's from a cartoon. It's from an anime. Sorry, it's from an animated thing. Like it's gonna look a certain way when it's translated into live action, and like the show takes itself so seriously.
Yeah, and I think that's what we got to, where the acting is too serious.
Right.
Where the acting probably needs to be like
it's very
a telenovela where we know this is kind of goofy.
There are serious parts in that anime. But there's also really goofy parts in it too, where they're like smacking each other and like falling through like floorboards and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, we can't do that with real people.
And he's like, I'm going to be the greatest pirate ever.
Yeah. And then
it's like, come on, like, play up on it.
Yeah. It's like, but he can't do it because then he looks like he's, special needs if he does that. Yeah. Sorry.
But like I love, there's movies I love in comedies where they play it up.
Right.
And then certain characters stay the straight man. So you could be the screwball, and then straight men are.
But you can't do that on this show because it's so fantastical.
Everybody's kind of screwy.
Yeah, you can't have a straight man.
Yeah.
Well, they're not even that screwy on the show. They're all they're all pretty serious still.
Yeah.
And it's like
even the most serious one gets screwbally.
Yeah. Yeah, he has his moments on the show where like it's like I don't want to explain it, but it's it's funny. No. Like it plays up to him being super serious as part of him, why he's funny too. So, I don't know. I read a lot of opinions on the internet about it this morning from like various One Piece things I'm involved in because I'm a nerd. And basically it's like the consensus is if you have no idea what One Piece is, you'll probably watch this and like this. Or if you're like a kid and you're just kind of want something, or an adult and want something kind of just goofy to watch, you'll probably like this show. If you know what the IP is and you're a big fan, you may feel differently about it. You could probably like it or not like it. It's like a weird spectrum of like, I don't know. Like I've always, like the Last of Us show, I hear it's great, right? And people watching it said it's great. I feel like this, if you want to tell that story, it already exists as a game. So just experience that, like I don't know, we have to do it again. Like, because like the last of Us, we'll stick with that. I know what's going to happen on the show already before I watch it because I played the game.
Yeah.
Unless they significantly change it, which I don't know if they will or not. But I already know how that plays out. I know that story. I know where it ends. It's like, what am I going to watch the show for?
Yeah.
I spend like that many extra hours watching. Like I know that character is going to die pretty soon. I know this person is going to do this thing, and like. Because a lot of the people that I know that watched The Last of Us and really liked it have no idea what the game is.
Yeah.
They've heard of it, maybe it's a game, but they haven't played it, or it's people that don't play video games. They're not going to know. But I think it's great. They get to tell that story another way, but I don't know. It's kind of weird for me. I'm like, just this thing already exists. Just experience it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I get that.
Same with One Piece. Like that show and manga already exists. Granted, it's been around since 1997, so there's a lot there, but I don't know. Just really want to see what One Piece is. Go watch the show or read the manga. But
yeah, because I feel like I'm like that with Pokemon. Because I mean, they had the live action, the Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh, that's right.
And that was, because in my head, I just have, but it would basically be the anime that I watched as a kid being just played out in live action. Just take that and make that live action. I'm sure they would screw it up somehow. They'd find some way.
I don't know.
They would probably do it like this.
It exists as its original medium for a reason. you know, and it works in that way.
Yeah.
Pokemon, like I did see that Detective Pikachu movie, and it was all right, I guess.
Yeah, it was okay.
But it's like, it still looked weird with the Pokemon running around. It's like all these CG animals running around that look like they're kind of. Let's take I love Psyduck. I love Psyduck. Okay, and he was funny in the movie, but it was still weird seeing like a furry Psyduck because in the cartoon or the games, you don't have to animate fur or feathers or anything. Really, it's just yellow. So it is. I don't know. I don't know that it's good or bad. It's just unusual.
Yeah, but it is something where like it's adding to this commitment you already have to it. So you have if it's based off a video game, it's like I can't even count how many hours that is playing a game.
Yeah.
And then you're asking me to like accept another piece that I might not like. Whereas if I go back to that game, I control like what I do.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like the thing with video game stuff turning into live action stuff, where it's like, well, no, now these directors and people decided other things.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could just go back. I'll go back to my game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I get it in the sense that you already have something that works. So let's take The Last of Us again. You know that's a successful story experience, whatever. So you already have the blueprint for what you can do to make something successful. So like, oh, let's just turn it into a TV show now because we know it's a good story. And like, not everybody plays video games. Yeah. So then they're going to be able to see this thing and make money off of it because it's all a business at the end of the day. Yeah. So I get that part of it. Same with the One Piece shit. It's like there's so many people that haven't seen this that are going to watch this Netflix show. Like, ooh, like colors. And that guy's got a straw hat, you know.
Look at the straw hat.
Yeah, it's stretchy.
Ooh, stretchy.
So I get it in that sense, is that like from a business standpoint, it makes sense to me. But I don't know if I'm on board. Same with, we talked about the live action shit with Disney, or they're just replicating what they know that works, and they really make money off of it because it's like, I don't know if kids today watch those old VHSs that we had, like that generation.
They watch them on Disney Plus, yeah.
Okay, because I would say if they had, like, say they've never seen, well, Little Mermaid just came out. So say they never saw the 1989 version because they're just, they don't know, they're kids now. Then they see this one with the Little Black Mermaid, and they're like, "Oh, this is like a cool story about a mermaid," and we're like, "It already existed. Yeah, like we've seen it before." Yeah. So maybe in that way, I could understand, like, let's do it again because we know people liked it. Kids liked it back then; they'll like it today. Yeah. So I'm sure there's some of those in the world, right?
Yeah,
there's gotta be some of those.
And I mean, that's why they remake more Star Wars movies, because they know that kids will buy into this.
Yeah, Star Wars stuff.
Star
they know.
Wars.
Like it's
just all gonna work with
pretty lightsabers and like ships, lasers and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's where it doesn't have to make sense at all.
Yeah,
but then the 30-year-olds get all upset.
Some of them get upset. Yeah, they just can't admit that they're not little kids anymore.
They can't.
They can't just be like, maybe I've outgrown this.
Yeah,
you know, which is perfectly fine. Just move on to something else.
Yeah, just find that new thing in your 30s.
It is. That is okay, we talk about that real quick. Fandom.
Yeah.
It is such a weird thing to where, like, get an outrage about a certain, like, Star Wars will say, like, some of the older people are just so upset about the new stuff or whatever. It's like, you don't have to watch this stuff. You don't have to be a part of this.
Yeah.
You can just find something else. And, like, my brain goes that way of, like, oh, this is not for me, so I'll seek out something else. Where, as maybe you a little bit, it's like, ugh, like, because you watch all those shows still, and like you feel like
I get annoyed, and I get so like, well, that wasn't very good,
right? Well, whereas like
it's
an interesting dynamic with us, especially where it's like I just don't watch it because I know it's not going to be good. I'll watch something else. I don't know, it's unusual. So like an older fandom just won't let it go.
Yeah,
you know, no matter how much it lets them down, they just won't stop. They'll just and
then like with Star Wars, the new show Ahsoka. It's basically like you have to watch that animated show Rebels to get this. And it's like, well, if I didn't watch that already, like, am I really going to invest in that?
Yeah.
And then it's the 30s mindset of like, am I really going to invest in this? Is this worth my investment? And some people are still making poor investments. So it's like, that's on them. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
You can spend your money. You can spend your time
spend
that
your
way,
time how
your
you
money.
want.
Do whatever.
That's the thing.
Like, yeah.
You spend your time and your money, which are both finite resources, how you want, and you're spending it on shit that you don't like at the end of it. But you know that going into it.
You knew it already.
So it's like, you're the dickhead.
Yeah.
You know, you have no one to blame but yourself here for not, you know, you knew what you're getting yourself into. Are you watching this new show?
I am.
Is it any good?
Watched it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It does feel like the OG Star Wars, or at least like the prequels.
Okay.
To where like the way it's shot feels like it's like they speak the language because it's Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni, he was like the mentee of George Lucas.
Who did I think that was when you told me last time?
Dave Filoni.
Yeah, remember it was like the guy from all the James Gunn movies. Maybe that was our other friend that told us.
Maybe
who's the guy from all the James Gunn movies?
Oh,
he played in Suicide Squad. He played the guy that like.
Oh, Flula?
No, not Flula. The guy that like takes his body apart.
Oh, Nathan Fillion?
Yeah. So he told me that he was like, Dave Filoni wrote this or whatever. And I was like, that guy is in charge of this? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what? And it was like 20 minutes of him talking about it. Or I was like, I can't believe that guy's in charge of a Star Wars thing. And I was like, the guy from fucking James Gunn shit? And he was like, yeah. What? And then we cleared it up and I was like, oh, that's somebody else. Anyway, go on. You like the Ahsoka show.
But it is like a religion. It's like a language where when you see it and it's not done the right way, you kind of go, that's not how it's done. So this show, you watch it, and if you're part of the religion or the language, you're like, oh, okay, I can understand this. I get it. Whereas like the newer movies have come out and it's like, oh, they don't speak this. Yeah, this isn't really it.
The religion of Star Wars. That's
it is a religion. Well, because it's like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. They built like they have Bibles of like data and information and like
let's call them encyclopedias.
Yeah,
instead of Bibles.
Well, you would say Bible if you're pitching a show. Like that's just what it is. Yeah, show Bible. Then you could say encyclopedia. Star Wars encyclopedias. I remember when we were growing up, how small they were. Those darn things. Yikes. Bigger than the Bible, probably. Yeah. Like, that's the sad part, too, is now that there's so much. And it's like, you could eat, like, aliens could come and be like, is this your Lord and Savior, Darth Vader? And they're like, yep.
Yeah. Well, maybe not Harry Potter, but Lord of the Rings is done. Well, no, they made a new show.
No, it's not. No,
Rings,
it's not done.
Rings of Power.
Well, even like Tolkien wrote so much back then that it's he made his own languages and he did a lot.
The Silmarillion.
Yeah. He did.
It was like a whole other beast.
Yeah. I feel like that's just like a whole other level of creativity when you create the whole world.
Those geniuses, man.
Yeah.
They're on another level.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin.
He's on that him level too. He's on that same that brain level.
You haven't read any Game of Thrones, have you?
I have.
Oh, okay.
The earliest book.
That's crazy to me. Like I've read did I read the fourth one? I for sure read first three.
Yeah.
But just still, like, it's just dripping with lore.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't believe he has assistants that helps him. I can't believe one man thought of all of this. Same with like Lord of the Rings and stuff too. Yeah, and they know everything.
How does this one man keep track of it?
How would you do that? How would you pull out a laptop and just like, it's like the Charlie meme with like all the.
No, yeah, that's like, really, but that is it though.
How does one person know all that? You would think over the years maybe they forgot, like, oh, I forgot that I had created so and so is related to this, related to that.
I do that with like my Clintonitis character.
You forget that
I forget stuff that I wrote because I did it way back when I first went to Fullerton, learning how to screenwrite. So I would use the software and I would just practice and just do parodies of stuff I already knew. So there is some stuff where like more past year or so I've gone back and I've gone, okay, this is his timeline.
Yeah.
But then even that could like all change. Then you'd have to change everything up.
So if you forgot, imagine on the scale of him.
Yeah.
And you were like, there's no way he remembers everything.
Yeah.
But maybe he does. Maybe he's just one of those people.
Maybe.
A genius. Superhuman. A mega mind of sorts.
Do you think you could create your own world like that?
Maybe like a nation. I don't know if I could do like an entire.
Yeah, just like a small little.
Yeah, because I been doing some writing and stuff, and I have like a story that's I don't want to talk about, but it's like it's got a setting to where I have to think about certain like cultural aspects and stuff that I had to create, and it's hard. It's very hard. You have to think about like how would this work? How would I create something that actually? How would I create moving parts that move together? Yeah, and it's difficult. It takes a lot of time, and then if you're not investing like all of your time into it, it's so you get back to it next week, like, oh crap, I forgot. Like,
that's when you forget it.
Yeah. So I don't think that unless I was getting paid and I got a writing job of like create this thing, we'll pay you to do this every day. Maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. Should I talk about the bar stuff? I don't know how this got brought up, but we were talking about as if you've listened to this, I'm a bartender. I've done it for a while. And I brought it up as a joke where IDs. We're talking about IDs.
The age limit.
Age limit for drinking where it really came across from 9/11. Which was in 2001. And then I was like, did you guys know that 2002 is the legal drinking age? Like, that's crazy. The kids born in 2002 before today's date are able to drink. Yeah. Nuts.
It's scary.
That's nuts. Scary. I was freshman or 8th grade. And like, you were just born then and you're drinking now. Because like, I deal with some of these people at work and like, they give me their IDs. And I'm like, oh my God, 2002? Fuck no. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're good. Like it's just every time it gets my brain. And then if I see a 19, like, here you go. Just give it right back. Yeah.
Because that's long. That's far enough now to where they've been drinking for a while.
Yeah, because the last couple, maybe like three years ago, I guess, it all had to be 19s. Yeah. And now if I see 19, it's automatic. You're good to drink. And it's just so trippy, dude. It's so trippy.
It's a different world.
Yeah. And like, I will say this. I do this. I know lots of people that do this as well, other bartenders. When we check your IDs, half the time we're not even looking at it. It's just a formality. Like, oh, okay. Wow. Like, because, like maybe somebody's watching who's like your boss or something, or like a secret shopper or somebody who's like out to get you. We check your IDs. We don't even look half the time.
It's the touch of it, right? Even that's easiest.
I'm not checking if it's fake. I just don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like, whatever, dude.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't care. Yeah, there are... Surprise! Again, it's not just me. Thousands bartenders do that. Just whatever. Yeah.
There's more of us.
There's more of us.
You're all out there.
There's ways to tell, like, if you have black lights, which I do have where I work, you can tell... to touch, sometimes it can feel off. And like, I've gotten fake IDs before that are so fake that I'm like, I can't, like, I may have let you slide if you didn't offer this up and just be like, oh, I don't have it, I lost it. But like, this is so fake. This is so fake. I can't let you drink. Yeah. Like, go try another place. Like, maybe like
this is sad.
Yeah. It's like, fake this is. It's just like, it's clearly made like and laminated, like somebody made this, so you're like, just get the fuck out of here, dude.
Well, I mean, now you could have just asked, where were you on 9/11? And if they say I wasn't born yet, it's sus. I have to look at it.
Yeah. I've had some fakies. I won't say that on mic. I'll tell you guys afterwards.
Fakies. Oh,
fakies. Yeah.
All you fakies out there.
Fakies. They kind of tell you if you look under 30, ID somebody. I'm like 25. If you look at 25, you're good. We all age differently. Yeah. It's kind of like my 30 doesn't look the same as like your guys' 30 probably. So it's like, whatever. I don't know. I can never tell ages. I can't tell like toddler ages or like, oh, he's 3. I'm like, really? He could be like 10 to me. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah. And also too, I will say, for the the younger audience who's old enough to drink, what you order at a bar will sometimes reflect if you get ID'd or not as well. Like, for me, it's always the go-to is Long Island iced tea. If someone orders that, let me see your ID. Because that is just a fucking trash, dude. Do you know what a Long Island iced tea is?
Yeah. I haven't had that since I was 21.
Yeah. Do you know what's in it?
Everything. Like everything. Every alcohol. Like 4. At least 4.
It's
vodka, gin, tequila, rum.
Yeah. Some places don't put tequila, but most of them do. And then sweet and sour and Coke, splash of Coke on top. If you drink that or any Long Island based drink, or if you want that, first of all, you have no taste. Second of all, you don't. It tastes like no shit. Taste. Yeah, it's horrible.
It's just nasty.
And like the variations, like a Tokyo tea, like Adios. It's just like, ugh. But you're just trying to get fucked up. That's the purpose of that drink. Because why would you mix 4 different spirits together? That's insane.
Can't even imagine that right now.
The thing, it sounds disgusting.
4?
I had a few of those when I was 22.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's you're trying to get fucked up. That's
Disneyland at 22.
You're either trying to get fucked up or you don't have money, so you want to drink as less as possible. So you order those. And automatically, like, let me see your ID. If you ask for any of those, if you just come in and like shots, like give me your ID. Or what's the other ones that's popular? God, I just had it drifted out of my mind. Or if they ask you, like, what's the strongest thing you can make? Let me see your ID, and then I'll let you know. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get fucked up. And then if an older person orders one of those things, someone like, even like my age, or older orders that, I'm just instant judgment.
Yeah, are you okay?
What is wrong with you? Yeah.
What just happened to you?
Yeah.
Is it divorce? What is it?
Well, we had said earlier, like, if somebody older wants to get fucked up, they would just keep drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just drink what we were drinking before.
Yeah, they can afford another round. Yeah, usually. Yeah. So they're just like, you're there for like 5 or 6 old fashions.
There it is.
That's me.
That's
which I realize is a lot because like
6 or 5 or 6.
You're a boozer when you tell people like what you drank, and they're like, and you're like, yeah, it's like a regular bar experience.
And they're shook.
Yeah, they're shooketh when I tell them. I went out to the wherever, and like I had like 6 old fashioned. They're like 6. Yeah. And I woke up for work the next day.
You're like, don't worry, I sweat it out.
Yeah. I don't know if I sweat it out.
That's what I would say. Oh, it was fine.
Comes out in other ways.
Yeah.
Mostly aggression.
Aggressive.
No, I'm not an aggressive drunk.
No.
Am I? I'm not. I'm usually pretty the same, right?
The same.
More chatty, if you can believe it. More chattier.
Just like, just looser.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a little bit nicer. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm more generous financially. Like, get them all another round.
Yeah, you would pay for everybody.
Yeah, I'd be like, they want one. It's on me. Get them another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually with my money, I'm like, just you guys can have it.
Lord.
Yeah. What do you like when you're drunk?
Depends what I'm going through.
Yeah.
It really does depend. It depends what's happening in my life.
Yeah. I think it was last week where one of our Zodiac things was like, oh, he gets like mad or something, or aggression. Caesar was like, I never seen that. I don't think so. And
we haven't been like 4 drinks deep.
That's true. We got it.
I was like,
we have to do it. Yeah. I will tell you what's going on, and I will tell you. I won't tell you the tea. I should be telling you the tea instead.
Yeah.
But the tea comes out as, let's wrestle.
Yeah. Bully. That's when Bully Clint comes out.
Yeah. Why am I here? Because it's like a mix of like, I'm getting buzzed. Do I want to be here? Probably not. And I think about where I want to be, and I'm not there. Yeah. And I think about people. It just, it's like it's a spiral fun. Of like, what am I doing? And then you keep going because you're like, you want to forget about what you're doing.
Ooh, that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's
try not to do that. I've been
that's why
better now.
Weed is better.
Yeah, that's why I should be into weed.
If you are going to choose one vice to have, that is the better vice to have.
That is a better one.
Weed. I never really didn't really hit for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I tried it. I feel like I said this already when I was 19, and then back then you still had to hide. You could. Yeah. It was just. It felt not dirty, but just like I'm hiding in a corner or something. And I just wanted to listen to music afterwards when I got high, and then it just felt like a waste of time because I would just like sit there and just listen to music.
Well, what would your dad have said?
Well, that's the other part of it.
Because that's what my dad would have. Yeah, that was another reason of like not doing that.
He would have known right away, being the job that he does.
Yeah,
and it would not have been good. It would have been. I don't know if it would have been physical, but it would be like
Yeah, not worth it.
Everything is going to be taken from you.
Yeah.
And like,
same.
Yeah, that's it. And it'll be one of those things that they bring up like every year. Like, remember when you were smoking weed in the backyard?
Remember when you were high?
You're like,
yeah. Well,
I'm 40. Like, yes, get over it. It would be until the day he died. It'd be
that'd
like
be my parents to do that.
Yeah, it'd be till the day he died. It'd be that like, fuck, I'm gonna get you for this every time I see you. Like, well, remember that time you were high in the backyard and you tripped? It's like,
yeah,
okay, dude.
I bet I have a guess that Caesar, your parents aren't like that.
My mom would be disappointed, but I don't ever talk about it on the show except for this one, I guess.
Wait, does she still doesn't know?
I think she knows, but I don't think that she wants to talk about it.
Yeah,
because she's like against it. But
like my mom wouldn't want to hear it.
Yeah,
on the pod. Yeah,
surprise, mom.
Well, I really don't do it. I mean, but it should be it's just the weird thing. Even that's the one your mom would get upset by. But like that's maybe the better one your son should be doing.
Yeah, because she's seen me drunk as fuck.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh, you're just drunk," and I'm like.
How is
I tell her too. I'm like, this is hypocritical.
Yeah, it's not okay.
See, just the way we're talking about it now is like, there's no need to defend it if you you get caught, because like everybody does it now. Like it's not like it went into this weird thing like everybody did it in the 70s into the 80s, and then it was just like the stigma of like nobody does it. It's not weird. It's bad. Like don't do it. And then now it's back to like everybody does it again, and it's fine.
Yeah. So, well, it's like everybody does it again. And then you get the health gurus that say, oh, well, this is what gives you anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, health guru, you don't know my parents.
Yeah.
You don't know my life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unusual. Let people do what they want to do.
Just let them do it.
We're all going to do things. We're all going to do things that are bad for us.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't do coke, but if somebody else wanted to do it, I'd be like, good for you, man.
Good for you.
Have you guys ever done coke? You don't have to say, I guess.
I have not, no.
I don't think I would. I would not do it just because of the way it killed off comedians. That was always the main thing that I'm like, no.
Well, I think the coke leads to other things. Yeah, you don't really die from coke.
Well, like Robin Williams, and even more recent stories about him, he just talks about how like he thinks that really messed with his head.
Yeah,
and that led to just
I think the coke
and alcohol. Well, coke and alcohol.
Yeah. Because usually when people die, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. People die from coke. It's like they then did something else, and then they did like heroin, and then they did like whatever.
John Belushi
cooks. He was like a speed bag, right?
Yeah, there was something. It was spiked and it had other stuff in it.
Yeah. I've done coke before. I've done coke twice.
Oh, really?
And both times it was in Vegas. And I don't know if it's still like this, but when I was just turned 21, like that era, like everybody was doing coke in Vegas. Like it was like
people still do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I went with some friends who I don't talk to anymore, and they like offered it one time, and I said, absolutely the fuck not. Like my dad would murder me if this got found out somehow. And then they would do it, and they were fine with that. They were like, okay, whatever. But they would kind of do it every time we would go, or like multiple times in the trip. And I did it. I was finally like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. And it was fine. Like it's kind of the reason why I did it was they were like, you can do this, and you don't have to drink it all the rest of the night. Like you don't have to buy drinks because you're gonna just be like in a good mood, and you're gonna be up. And there's no need to. In Vegas back then, when I was young and poor, it was like it's so expensive. And so I did it, and it was. I didn't need. You just feel good, like you're kind of bouncing around, and it's a good time. It feels nice. And then I would do it like one more time after that on like a different trip, and it was fine. Like I had fun, but then I was like, I thought about it. I was like, just the act of snorting it feels gross.
Yeah,
having to put it on a counter, and then like, I just thought like, I imagined like my dad standing right behind me.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, this feels. It didn't like the Coke didn't feel bad, but then it just felt weird snorting something off a countertop.
Yeah,
and then once you see it too, like people don't always snort it, but like they'll like put it on their finger too. It just looks gross. It's not a good look.
Yeah, I never thought it looked good.
And there's like a weird culture around it too of like fuck ups do it. A lot of people that don't have their shit together. A lot of people that have their shit together do it too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people do it and they're like very successful. And like I have friends that I work with that do it when they go out, and it's like they're cool as fuck. But then there's a lot of people that aren't cool as fuck that do it too. And then I know they're on coke when they're like that. It's like, I don't know if I want to get involved. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get involved in this. So I didn't want to pay for it either. I don't have to try and find it. So I just didn't do it again after that.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I probably wouldn't do it again today.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. Not a good look.
Stay away from it.
I feel like my mind's already racing when I'm sober. Like I
don't
need a boost. With
that.
Yeah.
I watched enough Robin Williams when he was on coke to where I just do that. Secondhand.
It was weird because it does feel like you just feel good. You feel like ready to go.
Feel amped up?
Yeah, you feel active. It's kind of like really, really, really caffeinated, but not jittery. You know, you're just like, okay, I'm ready to talk to you, ready to do this thing, ready to have a good time, ready to do all this, blah, 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 blah. I can see why businessmen in the 80s did it. Like it's like at what is it called in New York? The stock exchange where everyone's fucking coked up. I get it. But no, I need to be very still now.
Yeah. You got that Bruno Mars coke, that like good coke.
The good coke. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a whole thing about how like, yeah, sometimes coke destroys your life, but not for Bruno Mars. Oh my, because he got caught with that early in his career.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That too. Like a lot of people do it. It's not like it's one of those drugs that's just kind of behind closed doors. But like once you find out who does it, you're like, oh, everybody's doing this. You know, like, so yeah, I wouldn't do it. And then that's the only. I've just done weed in that. Have you done anything besides weed?
No.
No.
I mean, we could say fast food. Fast food was my drug.
Yeah, I saw you devour that munchie box on the on the pot.
That was some chemicals, man. Just get me wired.
Yeah, it's like I've had 2 bites, and you're like, oh.
What is this?
Mushrooms are a trip. Have you guys done
I would like to do mushrooms.
That one's chill. It's like well, I guess if you smoke, it's like you smoked a lot, but it also kind of makes you feel a certain way where you're like, oh shit. Yeah.
I have a good friend who now he kind of distributes it, and he has like a little business. And like throughout the years, he said like, this would be good for you to do this. Like, cause I know from people that I talk to do shrooms, it's like a nice flush, a nice mental flush, like all the block up, all the build up, all the like crazy thoughts you have, you do shrooms and it just kind of like resets it almost and like kind of clears it out of you. And just, he said it's almost like a Zen experience kind of, where you're just like, you're at one with yourself and like you kind of get settled into whatever, and then you're good. But then there's also the negatives, is like if you're like in a bad environment, or you know, you get amped up in some way, it could be a bad trip, and then it could be scary.
Yeah.
So I would like to try it one day, but like be with somebody and like just watch me. And it's like, so I don't lose myself.
You definitely need a shaman.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of, because Joe Rogan had that guy who was studying Greek, and he found ergot in the ancient Bibles. And if you think about mushrooms and the Bible stories,
they're all on shrooms.
Kind of make a bit of sense.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really take away from like the good parts of the Bible, I think. I think it does make sense when he says stuff like, this is my body broken for you. This is my blood. Because you would really feel it.
What is that?
If shrooms were inside the wine.
Who says that?
That's what he found in the ancient Bibles. Is that there's this thing called ergot, and of course now like the Bible's been translated so often that like it's like ergot is not in it anymore. So there's stuff, you know, like the burning bush that talks to Moses. There's, you know, like a donkey speaks. Like there's different,
like in Shrek.
Like in Shrek. Can I stay with you? So I looked that up because I was thinking.
Is that a Bible
the other
reference?
day.
The donkey from Shrek?
No, well it could be a really distant one.
Wow.
Because I looked that up for a joke because I was thinking about
Shrek's a Christian movie.
Kinda, yeah.
Wow.
It's like a Jesus movie almost.
Who's the Jesus? Farquaad?
Farquaad, yes.
The evil.
This one's really.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find love. It's not a big deal.
Is he? I don't remember Shrek that well.
Jesus is Shrek. I just want to stay in my swamp.
Yeah, Jesus wasn't a homebody.
Yeah, Jesus was out there.
He was around.
The message
he was spreading the message, yeah. More like Fiona.
Spreading.
If anything, Jesus was the donkey.
He was the donkey. Yeah. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
No one was listening to him.
Shut up, Jesus.
Explains a lot.
That's just our friend Jesus.
It's just him. He's just
Jesus.
a talk.
Just ignore him.
Just leave him alone.
He lives in his own little world. Sorry, so what were you talking? I don't know. Sorry to derail that.
No. Should I cut into my song real quick?
Yes, you can do your song. But we'll end the show and then we'll finish. We'll have like a nice musical cap of the song that you came up for this week. So
beautiful.
And I don't have a quote this week because I was so busy and then I was sick that I didn't really get to any meaty reading.
That's all right. I don't even know if I do.
So it's fine. I'll do it next week unless you have something you want to quote.
Quick. Off the top of my journal.
That's fine. That's fine. We don't have to do it. So thank you for being here, you guys. It was a great episode. Episode 64. 5 more will be in 69.
Hell yeah.
So what should we do for that?
We could do that.
Should we drink Long Islands? One.
You want me to make them?
Maybe. No, it seems
if
like
you
a lot
guys
of
want
work.
that, I can do it.
Seems like a lot of work to buy 4 different kinds of alcohol.
Yeah.
I can do it. It's fine.
They sell canned.
I would drink them all eventually.
Yeah.
Canned Long Island.
Canned Long Island. We're not doing that.
Scary.
We could do a drink episode.
That would probably be the drink episode.
69?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll think about it. We got some time.
Yeah, we got time.
But thanks for being here. Caesar, your huge resume, please.
Hit me up at I am Caesar Rod. That's my personal one. Rodriguez Podcast if you want me to produce a podcast for you. Carla and I have a show on YouTube called Carla and Caesar's Modern Life. And I also do a radio show called The Rodriguez Show on YouTube and Instagram. And that's it.
Come get produced by producer Caesar.
Hell yeah.
Come do it.
Come get produced. Come get
it.
Clint, go ahead.
At the _Clint show. Just trying to keep making stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to be inside your algorithm.
Just trying to be inside you. You need to get inside those open mics.
Hell yeah.
Inside the open mics.
Busy week.
I should have said this earlier, but I'll say it now. I said this many podcasts ago and never followed up. I followed up today about getting into voice acting.
Ooh,
I looked up some classes that not a lot of them are doing stuff right now because of the strike. So, which
I
would think they would be more like
they're
trying to get work like these because a lot of the classes are run by voice actors, and if they can't do work because of the strike, wouldn't they be doing classes?
Maybe.
So I don't really know how it works. So hopefully I saw something about the strike today about studios are starting to like give in a little bit.
Are they? I hope they do.
I don't know how accurate it was. And we're at the end, so whatever. I'm derailing it. Uncle 2_ Marcus on everything. The 30s pod on everything. Go to the YouTube, please.
Watch on YouTube. We had a crazy amount of views like 2 episodes ago.
Stand-up one?
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
What was that about?
I don't know.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe a hashtag or something. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, go to the YouTube, please. Like and subscribe. Don't click the bell if you want. I don't care about that. But like and subscribe. Mm-hmm. And yeah, get old with us.
Get it.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I see her every Tuesday, putting on her headphones, ready to slay. Sweat dripping from her workout bra. I catch a glance, oh shoot, did she see me? Now's my chance to talk to the love of my life. My gym crush, babe. My gym crush, yeah. Working on those glutes, never doing chest, no. Will I ever talk to her? Well, one day I held the door for her, so that's pretty close. The next week I let her use my dumbbells. Another week, I told her, sorry, that machine is broken. Maybe one day we'll tell our kids that we went to the same gym, 'cause we didn't have very good jobs, so we had a lot of time. My gym crush, babe. My gym crush. Working on those glutes, never doing chest, because she knows that would be stupid. It's a cool thing that she takes care of herself. I like that she values her health. I want her to know, even though I don't have the biggest arms, I do have the biggest heart. I have the biggest arm. My gym crush, babe, yeah, yeah. My gym crush, babe. Working on those glutes, never doing chest. Every day is leg day, get them booties shaking, get them working. Maybe we could go out and get smoothies at Erewhon.